Hey friends, it's Shereé, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that I've been sewing up. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning person, thank you so much for your continued support. All right, let's get into it. This video is in collaboration with Read Your Heart Jewelry. They kindly sent me 3 pieces of jewelry to share with you in this video. I absolutely love partnering with Read Your Heart Jewelry. Their jewelry is so classic and it's so beautiful, and it's definitely a really good value, but quality pieces that you will be receiving. I will briefly show you what they sent me, and I'll give you a close-up of what each piece looks like. I'll try it on, and then we'll move on to the things that I actually sewed up in the last month. So the first thing I want to share with you is that with Read Your Heart Jewelry, all of their pieces of jewelry come with a special Moissanite report, and this says GRA Moissanite. Now, Read Your Heart Jewelry specializes in Moissanite, which is a lab-created diamond. And so each piece that you order will come with this report, and on the inside of the report, it gives you the rundown of your Moissanite diamond. It'll tell you the grade, the color, and the level of clarity that the diamond has. So this is very helpful. It's nice to have something like this, almost like a certificate that you can keep on hand so that you know everything that you need to know about your jewelry. So each piece that you order that has a Moissanite gemstone will come with one of these reports. Additionally, each item comes with a beautiful gift bag. It's definitely set up perfectly for if you're purchasing this for someone to gift to them. It comes with this gorgeous gift bag here, as well as a dust cloth that you can use to clean your jewelry. It's wrapped up. I will put a link to each of the items that I'll be sharing with you in the information section of this video. You are welcome to shop that link, and I encourage you to use my discount code, which will save you 15% on your order. The code will be on the screen as well as in the information section of this video. The very first thing that I want to share with you is actually a gorgeous ring. Now, I am in a season of mixing metals, and a lot of times I will like a very classic look where I will have I'll have a platinum earring or a silver earring with a silver chain, or a gold earring with a gold chain, and I do love that look. However, I've been tempted to start mixing metals. So this particular ring definitely caught my eye, and I was excited to try something new. And this one is called the Rose Gold Princess Cut Moissanite Triple Row Pave Engagement Ring, and I'll show you what it looks like in the box, but then I'll also try it on. But this is the gorgeous ring. Hopefully that's coming through nice and clear for you. And as you can see, it has this rose gold band in the center of 2 silver bands that have moissanites, as well as a center stone, which is a 2-carat moissanite gemstone. So I'm going to put that on my hand and show you what it looks like on my hand. And as you can see, it's absolutely stunning. I love the way it looks. I'm going to put some information about this particular ring on the screen so that you can read a little bit more about it, but it's stunning and it's such a fun look. It's definitely more masculine than what I thought it was going to be on the hand, but it's so beautiful and unique, and I love any type of jewelry that is a statement piece. And I think it will look so nice with so many different things in my wardrobe, and I love accessorizing all of my handmade garments, and this is something that I think will just complement all of my outfits. So I absolutely love it, and I'm going to wear it for the rest of this video. The next item that I want to share with you is actually really special. They customized a necklace for me, and I'll show you what it looks like and how it came in the box. So it was protected in this slip cover to keep the jewelry from scratching or being damaged as it was transported to me. Each of the jewelry pieces does come in a nice pouch like this, the ring included, and then you can take it out and actually display it in the jewelry box if you are regifting this to someone. But I actually like to keep my jewelry in the jewelry boxes, and I just find it nice and protected and safe, and I just really like the way the boxes look. So I personally like to put the items back in the box the way that they were shipped to me, and then take them out and wear them when I'm ready. So this was customized to have each of my children's names on it, as well as my husband's name. Hopefully you can see that. Let me make sure it's facing the correct direction. They're kind of twisting and turning, but hopefully I can get that to show really nicely. But each of the rings has my children's names and my husband's name. And this is just such a beautiful everyday necklace. And it's special to me because when I'm thinking of them or I'm missing them, I can just hold on to my necklace and it will make me think of them. So it's absolutely stunning, and each of these rings has a tiny little moissanite gemstone in it. It fits really nice. It's very classic looking, and I think it looks really great with most of my clothes, especially my casual clothing. And I will put more information about this particular necklace as well as some pictures from the website so that you can see it a little bit better and see what the engraving looks like a little bit better. And you can do however many circles that you want. I personally just have 2 children, so I only have 3 counting my husband's name on this chain. This is called the Engravable Interlocking Circle with Moissanite necklace in sterling silver. This is a really stunning piece. It's very thoughtful and touching, and I think it would make the perfect gift. This is something that I would definitely love to receive for like maybe my birthday or Mother's Day. It's definitely one of those pieces that the person receiving it will feel very special, or if it's for yourself, it's something that you can wear and proudly share your family members' names on your chest. I absolutely love this necklace, and I can actually wear it every day for work. And I love a piece of jewelry that is classic simple but has a special little flair to it and sentimental value to it. So I'm going to definitely be wearing this every day for work, and I absolutely love it. Let me tell you what they're called. These are the Marquise Sapphire Drop earrings in sterling silver or gold. So these are gold plated. Really stunning. Hopefully it's coming in nice and clear for you. But as you can see, they look like little leaves, and those are the moissanite gemstones. And then the actual earring itself is a coated gold. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on for you. So that you can see what they look like on me. These are so beautiful. I actually went to dinner with my family and I wore a simple white button-up with a blazer and some jeans. My hair was slicked back in a bun and I had these earrings on, and I got so many compliments just because they're so unique and they're stunning. And so you can wear the most simple outfit and just let your earrings do all the styling work for you. I think these are absolutely stunning, and as you can see, this is what they look like, the length of them and where they hang. And I do have big ears, so whenever I have a statement style of earring, I feel a little self-conscious, you know, at first wearing them because it just draws attention to my ears. But I think that these are a very classy looking pair of earrings that dress up any outfit, and they're so stunning. I mean, I wore them with a button-up and a blazer, but I could definitely see myself wearing these for a special occasion with a gorgeous dress. I also think that these would be gorgeous paired with the necklace that I received last time, which is a gold necklace with a single gemstone in the center. A really classy, simple piece of jewelry paired with these show-stopping earrings would just bring my look all the way together. But anyway, these are the fantastic earrings that I received, and I think that they're stunning and will get a lot of use in my wardrobe, especially as it pertains to special events or when I really want to dress up. So those are all 3 of the pieces of jewelry that I received from Read Your Heart. Again, I absolutely love their jewelry. I would not promote them on my channel if I didn't stand by them 100%. Every piece of jewelry that I have received from them has been unique and beautiful and classy and well made, and will stand the test of time because they are made so very well. If you are a person who loves blingy jewelry, I highly recommend that you check out their website, and don't forget to use my discount code to save yourself 15% on your purchase. All right, let's get into the things that I made. We're going to start with what actually my son made, and I just kind of helped him with it, and I'll insert pictures of him actually working on this project. But he wanted to make his teacher a special gift for teacher appreciation. He has had this teacher for 2 years, and actually his brother had the same teacher also for 2 years. At the school that they attend, the teachers teach 2 grades before the children move on to a new teacher. So anyway, she's been a really good teacher to him, and we really love her and appreciate her. So when he wanted to make her a gift, I was happy to help him. And I mostly just supervised. There was a couple of tricky parts that I had to step in and help him with, but for the most part, my little guy put together the most perfect tote bag, and he used Simplicity S9298. And what we did here is, instead of doing a color block like the pattern examples on the page, we actually took the lining from this tote bag and we used the lining piece to create the outside of the bag as well as the lining, so that it would just be one single piece instead of color blocked pieces. And he chose to use fabric that was already in my stash. So a while back, I had custom designed some fabric through Joann's website, and it was for my sister's jumpsuit for her birthday. And so it has these really beautiful tropical leaves all over it, and it is a denim fabric. So he chose to use that one because his teacher's favorite color is green, and he really wanted to make it special for her. And then on the inside, we used a heavier duty gray denim, and the reason why we did that is we wanted the bag to have structure, and so that's what we did with that. And then we also used a pliable piece of plastic that you use, I believe it's meant to be used for like crochet, and we cut out a big rectangle to put in between the lining piece and the outer piece of the bag at the bottom, so that the bag would have a flat base. And the bag came together so very nicely. This pattern is pretty simple to put together, and I'm really proud about how my son's bag came together. It came together so nicely, in fact, that when I shared the project with my mother-in-law, she wanted one, and she's been asking me for a denim bag for a really long time. So I did go ahead and make her one myself, and I used some of the denim from my Nick of Time Textiles denim mystery box, and it was perfect for that project. Absolutely perfect. The bag that I made looks very nice. It definitely looks like something that you would find in a department store. Really, really nice. And actually his teacher's version also looks as good as if you would have purchased it and ready to wear as well. So I would say that this pattern is definitely a 10 out of a 10 for us. And for the version that I made for my mother-in-law, I did the same thing. I used the lining piece to create all of the pieces for the tote bag instead of doing color blocking or quilting. So anyway, it was a fun project to put together. If you like making tote bags, I highly recommend this pattern. The only thing that I want to say about this pattern that I think is something you should definitely know is that it looks big on the model, but it is really big in person. So I will insert a picture of me holding up my mother-in-law's tote bag so that you can see how big it is on my 5'4" frame. Okay, it is large, so if you are not into a large tote bag, I would skip this one, but if you love a large tote bag or you know someone who does and you want to sew it up for them, I definitely encourage you to check out this pattern. Again, it is Simplicity S9298, and it is such a fun project. I actually do want to make this color blocked version here at the bottom. I think that that would be a really cool bag to carry, especially to my kids' sports events, but definitely a great bag, and we enjoyed sewing up this project. The next pattern that I want to share with you is kind of a tried and true, something that I've made a few times before and I will always make because it's so simple to put together and it has a really great impact. Whenever I wear this pattern, people always ask me where I purchased my skirt at because it is extremely long, flowy, and beautiful. But best of all, it's one of the easiest patterns that I have in my stash. This is Easy Stitch and Save by McCall's. It's M9136, and I think it's out of print, but you might be able to find it on Etsy. And I always make View B, which is the very long maxi length skirt here. And it is essentially just two pattern pieces because I want to say you fold down the top of the skirt in order to create the waistband elastic casing. And it's a very quick project to put together. As a matter of fact, I paired this with, I believe it's called the Emma tank, and it's made by Ray Patterns. And so I created that set out of a beautiful rayon challis that is a dead stock fabric that I purchased from LA Finch Fabrics. As a matter of fact, both sets that I made using this skirt pattern, the fabric came from LA Finch Fabrics. If you're not aware, it's one of my favorite fabric shops that I like to shop because they get so many beautiful dead stock fabrics. Anyway, this was a beautiful dead stock designer fabric, and it is so light and flowy and comfortable. It has ditzy florals all over it. What I love about it the most is that I can mix and match that skirt with lots of different things in my wardrobe, including my cardigans, which I am obsessed with wearing lately. I just purchased quite a few lightweight cardigans to wear over all of my outfits. I'm definitely not in weather that would suggest that I wear a tank top, you know, without arm covering, because it's still a bit chilly here. We have had a few warm days here and there, but for the most part, when I'm outside doing recess duty, I need a light layer on top of my outfits. And so it looks really good with that. But also I can pair it with a denim button-up shirt or whatever I want in my closet, because it is a very versatile piece. And I love the size of the flowers. Now I can't hold up that garment in this video because guess what? I've worn it twice and it is dirty. So I'm washing it up right now, but I will insert video clips of me moving around in my dress, and also I think I took a few still photos for Instagram, which I haven't posted yet, and I'll insert those so that you can see what it looks like on my body. Now the Made by Ray top, which I believe is called the Emma Tank. I hope I got that right. If I didn't, I'll put the correct name on the screen. This is definitely a tried and true pattern. I don't know how many of these I've actually made. The best thing about this pattern is not only is it easy, but it comes with bust cup sizes, and I believe I sewed up the D cup in this one, and it's great. I have made just this spring summer a gingham version, which I will insert pictures of, and it was actually just a remnant leftover piece of fabric from this gorgeous dress I'm going to share with you in a minute. And it wasn't, I don't even think it was a full yard of fabric. And so I made the gingham version, and then I also made the floral version to go along with this skirt. And it's just such an easy pattern. There's a front piece and a back piece, and then you use bias tape to finish the neck and armholes and the hem of the top. Now, if you don't want to use bias tape for the hem, you can obviously just fold it up or serge the bottom and then create a regular hem. But I think it looks good to do the bias tape on all parts of the top. That's probably the most time-consuming part of this project. It is a super easy, beginner-friendly pattern. As a matter of fact, it was one of the first patterns that I ever sewed up. And the cool thing about that is when I first started sewing, I traced out all of my patterns because I didn't understand pattern sizing. And so I knew I would be making some mistakes, and I wasn't confident enough to cut into patterns. So the cool thing about that is that once I got my size down, I still have the full printed and taped together pattern that has not been cut. So I can use this pattern forever, and I'm really happy about that. But the pattern itself is really easy and fun to put together. I definitely want to make more, because one of the things that I noticed during Me Made May is that I didn't have enough handmade tops, blouses, button-ups, t-shirts, you name it. I don't have enough of handmade items like that. So as I am really looking at the items that I have in my closet already, the shirts and the tops that are getting a little bit worn out, I'm going to remove from my closet and replace them with beautiful handmade tops. And this is one that you can make in different types of woven fabrics in order to make it appropriate to wear all year, because it is definitely a tank that can be used as a layer, base layer tank for other outfits, so you can put things on top of it. So anyway, I made 2 of those tops, and I made this skirt. Again, this is McCall's M9136 and the Made by Ray Emma tank. Now the next thing that I made, I'm absolutely obsessed with. I'm so in love with it, and the cool thing is it was one of those patterns that I knew right away was going to work for my body type because it is a Cashmerette pattern. Thus far, I have not sewn up any Cashmerette patterns that did not suit my body type, and this particular pattern comes with cup sizes like all of their other patterns, and the one that I purchased is the size 0 to 16. This is the Roseclaire dress. It is a wrap dress, and the best thing about this wrap dress is that it wraps all the way over, and there's no accidental thigh slippage. Like, you're not going to accidentally show your panties or anything like that, because the piece that is underneath the wrap piece comes all the way to this side of your body, and it's tied on the side, on the inside, and then this wraps all the way onto the other side. There's no opportunity for gapping in the middle, and then it ties at the side here. Now, while I did make the longer version, which has lots of tiers, I would say that this was a pretty straightforward sew. I would not say that this is a beginner sew project only because of the amount of steps that you have to do and the amount of gathering that goes along with doing the long version. However, if you are a beginner and you really want to make this and you have the time to really just take your time and sew this project, I think it would be a good one to make. It doesn't require you to know how to do a buttonhole. You don't have to install a zipper or hook and eye closures or anything like that. You use bias tape to finish the neckline as well as to create the ties for this dress. But outside of applying bias tape and doing gathering in the skirt layers as well as the sleeves, it's pretty straightforward. It's just, like I said, time consuming, but I loved the process of making this. It was definitely an enjoyable sew. I love how nicely it fits my bust, and so far I only have one picture and my family is actually in it wearing this dress, so I will do my best to maybe wear this dress tomorrow so that I can take more pictures of me moving around in this dress and just showing off all the beautiful details about it. But I absolutely love this pattern so much, and while I did buy the size 0 to 16, you can purchase this in a size 12 to 32. I am a huge fan of Cashmerette patterns because they have such a wide size range. Originally, they catered primarily to sizes 12 to 32, but about a year or two ago, maybe 2 years ago, they increased their size range in order to include 0 to 16. And so I was able to start sewing up their patterns. And I have never felt more beautiful and confident in any other pattern company's patterns than I have in the Cashmerette patterns because of how nicely they fit my bust. Now, because I loved the dress so much, and I'll show it to you. Let me just hold it up. It's not gonna be the same as me wearing it, obviously, but it's made out of a really gorgeous brushed cotton gingham. And I got this from, what store did I get this from? Oh, Fashion Fabric Club. And the interesting thing about this is I looked at the back of the pattern and I was like, oh, okay, it looks like I'm gonna need 5 yards. Okay, and I was like, okay, no problem, I'll order 5 yards. But when I cut out the pattern, I was doing it on a lunch break, I was moving really quickly, and I accidentally cut the wrong view. And I didn't have enough fabric left over to cut my gathered tiers, and I was really devastated about that because I thought for sure I had plenty of fabric, and I didn't even understand what I did wrong and why it wasn't enough to cut out all the pieces of this pattern. This is the back of the dress. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. Look at these gorgeous sleeves. So pretty. The full wrap you can see. And I'll untie it so that you can see where it ties on the inside, but there's no opportunity to accidentally show off your body underneath, so it's like the perfect dress for me to wear to work. But anyway, I didn't have enough fabric because I cut the wrong view. And I ended up cutting the skirt pieces for view A, which is the shorter version of the dress, which I absolutely want to make sometime soon because this pattern is just so good and it fits so flattering on my body. But anyway, I didn't have enough, so I went back to the website and I tried to reorder the same fabric. The problem is that there are more than just one of the 1/8 inch cotton ginghams on their website, and you don't know which one you're actually ordering. So the one that I ordered the second time is actually the wrong fabric. As you can see, it is not the right shade of red. This is a bit more brighter than this one, so you can clearly see that they're different colors of red. But also, this is a very lightweight, flowy shirting fabric. This is a brushed cotton fabric. So the bottom tier is completely different from the top of the dress. Now, at first, when I realized the mistake that I made, I actually thought, well, maybe I'll just make it a shorter dress. But to be perfectly honest, even though I think a short dress is a total vibe and can be so cute, I wouldn't get as much wear out of it if I had made a short dress because I can't sit on the floor with the children in my childcare, and you know, I just need to have coverage. And I know that with a long dress, I would wear it more often. So I just went ahead, I didn't return the fabric because I actually do like the fabric, and I thought it was kind of like a cute little contrast. And when I'm wearing, you can tell that the bottom tier is a different shade of red, but I think it looks intentional. You can tell me if you think I'm wrong about that, But I absolutely love this dress, and I will wear this every spring and summer because it is so flattering, comfortable, and so very cute. And I love a good gingham in any way. So I definitely am proud of this make, and I plan to make more of it. I actually purchased fabric to make this out of a stretch satin fabric that is navy blue. It's so beautiful. It's actually not navy. It's more of a royal blue. But anyway, I thought that would be a more dressy version that I can wear maybe to the SF Frocktails if I actually get to go, or any other special occasion that I want a really pretty dress to wear. This more casual version is more appropriate for me to wear in my everyday life. So this was the first of this pattern that I made. The second one that I made is the one behind me, and this is it right here. Sorry, I just totally dropped my purse. But anyway, it's hard to see maybe because there's a white background behind it, but this is a beautiful, beautiful white cotton shirting fabric from Joann that has an embroidered flower print all over it. And it is just so light and flowy and classy and gorgeous and flattering. It fits my bust just like it fits the mannequin's bust, so it looks really flattering and nice and comfortable. I can move around in it without feeling like I'm gonna accidentally show more cleavage than I intended. I can wear this for work, although I don't typically wear white for work. But I can also wear this dressed up to go somewhere fancy or nice. But I really love it so much, and it works really nicely in this pattern for a top. And this is just the first two pieces of the dress. So it's the top bodice piece plus that first panel, that first tier. And that's what this is. Came together so very nicely. And as I mentioned, I was going to show you how it wrapped on the other one, but I'll just show you on this one because she's standing. But if you open it up, this wrap goes all the way over here and it ties on the side here. So it's very covered and secure on your breast. And one of the things I love about this pattern is that there are two different darts. You have a dart at the bust here, and then you also have a waist dart. And the way that it's created really helps to create that cone shape that us women with big breasts need in order to feel covered and confident and secure in our garments. And so I really appreciate the design of this blouse. The bias tape finish for the neckline that comes into this tie is just so fantastic. I love this so much, guys. I love this so much that I can see myself making several of these tops. And usually I don't even go for a 3/4 inch sleeve at all. I don't like when sleeves stop here. I want them to go all the way to my hand or to my wrist. But for spring and summer, I just think this is a very classy look. And I have been so inspired by beautiful romantic blouses that I've seen at places like Cezanne and Mango and J. Crew. And so anyway, I wanted to make my own version of that. And so that's what I did here. And I absolutely love this blouse so very much. So I highly recommend this pattern. It definitely is a good one if you are busty. The cup sizes for this pattern are cup sizes C to H. So definitely made for women with a larger chest. All right, the next pattern that I sewed up, I actually paired with my gingham Emma top. And I actually made the Handmade Millennial Know Me pattern ME2033. Now I made the complete set last summer and I used linen fabric, and that set is gorgeous. I wear the pants all the time. I rarely wear the top, but I wear the pants all the time. But I love those pants so much. I really wanted to see if I could make another pair out of denim to give more of a barrel leg look, because if you look at the shape of the legs, they do kind of look more barrel shaped or more horseshoe shaped than a regular straight leg pair of pants. So I thought it would be neat to make this out of denim. So I used two different 1 yard cuts of my Nick of Time fabrics, denim from my mystery box. And I used two different ones, not because I was trying to color block. They were just the closest in match to color, but because I didn't have enough of 1 yard fabric in order to create the curved shapes of the legs. So I definitely needed 2 yard cuts, and there was quite a bit left over from the second piece that I cut into, but in order to create that shape. Now, hindsight, I think I would have liked it if I had taped these two pieces together and not done a color block for the denim version and just done a solid piece of fabric instead of two separate pieces of fabric for the front and back. I just think that it would have looked nicer because denim is more structured and not as flowy as a linen. And so that is one thing that I would do differently. The other thing that I would do differently is the way I did the waistband. So what's really great about the waistband on this pattern is that it has a flat front with an elasticated back. And so because I didn't have that really sturdy, strong elastic, mine was really soft and pliable. I don't think that that was the appropriate type of elastic to use with denim in a waistband because it easily folds and is flimsy. And so I ended up cutting the elastic much shorter than what I would normally cut if I was making elastic waist pants, just to make it tighter in the back. And in doing that, I felt as though the elastic didn't bunch the way I liked it or wanted it to. And so I top stitched the elastic in place. I believe I only did one row of top stitching instead of two, but right down the center, I top stitched it. And that was fine. And when I first put it on and I was dancing around in my sewing room space or whatever in front of the mirror, I felt fine with it. But then when I actually went to wear the jeans for work, I found that I kept having to pull my pants up. Like they were just slowly sliding down my waist, you know? It wasn't so bad to where I ever got like plumber butt or anything like that. I just kept having to pull them up a bit. And so what I've decided to do, since I don't want to unpick all of the top stitching that I did on the elastic, I've decided that I'm gonna go back and add some belt loops to these pants so that they fit a little more securely and I don't have to worry about pulling them up after I'm squatting and bending down, because when you work with small children, you spend a lot of time bending over, squatting, sitting crisscross applesauce, up and down, up and down. And so in doing that, it's really annoying when every time you move like that, you have to pull your pants up. So I'd like the idea of being able to wear a belt. Plus I just love belts as an accessory piece. I'll insert a picture of what the waistband looks like, but I'm not super happy with how it looks without the belt loops. So just so you know what I'm talking about. Now, should you make this pattern out of denim? I think you absolutely can. I like the version that I made. I would say that I could probably size down one size, and I forgot that I wanted to do that from my linen version because I had a feeling that my linen version actually shrunk after I washed it the second time. And the first time I just washed the fabric as it was in its large uncut state, right? And the second time I washed it, I felt like it shrunk a bit and it fits more perfectly. So I do kind of wish I had gone down a size before cutting out my denim version. You'll be able to see that these are slightly oversized, which is not a bad look. It's just a little bit different than what I envisioned in my mind. But yes, I would say that you can make this out of denim. I don't regret it at all. And I might actually do it again, to be perfectly honest with you, because I like having an easy pair of jeans to put together. Because I love making jeans. You guys know this. I share that all the time. But jeans take more time. You have to insert a zipper. You have to insert a denim button, you know, a jean button. It just takes more time. And sometimes you just want a quick pair of jeans. And you also want a comfortable pair of jeans. I mean, the elastic back means I can eat what I want because it's going to stretch, right? So yeah, I definitely think that I would make these again in denim. And the only thing I would do differently is using more structured elastic for the back. And I think I would actually add the belt loops without having to go back and do it later. I think now, after having made it once before, that I will just automatically add belt loops because I do like to wear belts with my jeans. So all in all, this pattern I actually love and will probably make more in different fabrics in the future. Really good pattern. It is rated as easy, and I do believe that it is easy. There are no fastenings outside of adding the elastic. It's just a pretty straightforward sew, both top and bottom. The last thing that I made is a new pattern by Tilly and the Buttons. This one is called the Nell dress, and I love this so much. I actually chose to make the top version instead of the dress version. And I did the version that has the ties down the center of the chest. I have been on a real romantic blouse, romantic top trend vibe I'm writing that wave hard, guys, because it's just so beautiful and feminine and so nice, and I love it. And so I love the puff sleeve, but I also love that this is a blouse that is more loose in the top part of the shirt, so it's still very comfortable. It's not hugging on my little belly fat or anything like that. It's something that is loose and cute. And I can make this out of so many different types of woven fabrics, and I really want to make a lace version of this, but I will have to wait on that because I'm trying to sew through the things that I have in my stash. But for this version, I used a gorgeous cotton shirting fabric that I got from Joann, and it has embroidered rainbow lines down the front of it. Again, this is another item that I have worn a lot and is in the wash right now, so I can't show it to you. But it is such a beautiful fabric, and it has beautiful bouquets of flowers all over it. And it is on an ecru background, so a cream colored background, which is so gorgeous. The puff sleeve on this pattern is so unique in construction, and I love the way it comes together, and I will absolutely use the sleeve on this pattern with other patterns because it was so enjoyable to put together. And it is a puff sleeve that I don't have to force it to be puffy. It just, the way it's constructed, it is constructed to stay puffy, and I love that. So the cool thing about this pattern too is that for my version, I used a snap closure. So the closure is actually hidden. You can't see it from the outside. And I sewed little bows on the front of it. But you can also do a button front. While I chose to make a straight blouse, which can be tucked into your pants or worn out, you can also make a peplum version, and I'll come in close so that you can see what that looks like. And the peplum version is lovely. Now you could obviously do the snap closure if you wanted to on the peplum version, but it also comes with the guides in order to add buttons. And this pattern is one of the first Tilly and the Buttons patterns that I think that I've ever sewn that didn't come with the skirt pieces, outside of what I think was the Make It Simple sewing book. One of the sewing books had a dress that did not come with the skirt pieces. So for this guy, what they do is they tell you how much of a rectangle to measure out on a piece of fabric and cut it out that way, rather than wasting paper to create the skirt pattern piece. I didn't make the dress this time. I do want to make it in the future, and I might be one of those rare people that likes the paper. I like all of my pieces to already be mapped out for me. I don't want to have to pull out a ruler and trace off my pieces right onto the fabric. So for me, that's kind of annoying. But because it comes with so many different top variations, I do still feel like it is worth the value. So you have this regular version with the puff sleeve, the regular straight blouse. Then you have the peplum top with the flutter sleeves. Is that what they call it? Yeah, flutter sleeves. Then you have a straight sleeve version, and you have a regular short sleeve version in this pattern. So you're getting a lot of value just in the top part of this blouse. So does it matter if I never make the dress? No, but if I do decide to make the dress, which I kind of think I will, it's not gonna get on my last nerves that I have to measure out my pieces on a piece of fabric, but I do wish that I did not have to do that. So anyway, really great pattern, and as you know with Tilly and the Button patterns, they are fabulous for beginner sewists, and they definitely hold your hand through the process of making any garment. They have lots of photographs for each of the steps in the pattern, as well as detailed instructions, and they break down how to switch up to the different variations in the pattern really well. I enjoyed making this blouse, and I probably will make several more, and as I mentioned before, I'd love to make a version of this in lace. So if you have a recommendation for really gorgeous, high quality white lace that doesn't cost 2 arms, 2 legs, and my whole head, please let me know in the comments where I can purchase that lace, because every time I find a lace fabric that I really like that's not a eyelet fabric, but it's an actual lace fabric, it is very expensive. And a lot of the blouses that I've been seeing in the ready-to-wear stores that I'm obsessing over are made from lace. And I just want them so bad, but I can't stand or stomach the idea of paying $150 to $200 for a lace blouse. So therefore I need to make my own. Anyway, I feel as though I'm very proud with everything that I made in this last month and a half. I think that was everything I made, but you know I have a tendency of forgetting about things, especially if I sew things for other people. But yeah, as far as I can remember, those are the things that I made. I absolutely enjoyed all of my projects. I'm happy with every single piece, and I definitely look forward to sewing up some of the other projects that I have cut up, and I will be sharing those in a future video with you, the plans as well as the finished garments. Definitely check out Read Your Heart Jewelry. Check out these gorgeous earrings. The link will be in the information section below. This amazing engraved necklace, as well as this awesome two-toned colored moissanite ring. So fantastic. Don't forget to use the discount code to save yourself some money. It is not an affiliate link. I do not get a commission on the sales from this store. Okay, I'm just recommending it to you so that you can save yourself some money. I hope you have a fantastic day, a wonderful week, and I just want to say happy sewing. Bye.